ratio and proportion, and the problems based on the concept of ratio and proportion is the subject matter of today's discussion. Hello friends, you are watching channel Number Collage. This channel features concept videos on mathematics which you would love to watch. We can compare two quantities either by taking their difference or by taking their division. Suppose the cost of a car is 3,50,000 and that of a scooter is 50,000. Then we get the difference of 3 lakh rupees. So we say that cost of car is rupees 3 lakh more than the cost of the scooter. If we take their division, then we write cost of car 3 lakh 50,000 divided by 50,000 gives us 7 by 1, and we say that the cost of car is 7 times the cost of the scooter. Comparison of two quantities by division makes a better sense than comparison by difference. Comparison of two quantities by division is known as ratio, and we denote ratio by a colon. Suppose father's weight is 75 kg and his son's weight is 25 kg. Then the ratio of father's weight to his son's weight will be 75 by 25. That will be 3 as to 1, which means that father's weight is 3 times that of his sons. If there are 20 boys and 40 girls in a class, then the ratio of number of boys to the number of girls will be 20 by 40. That will be 1 by 2, which means that number of boys are half that of number of girls. If Ravi covers 6 kilometer distance in 1 hour and Sanju covers 4 kilometers in 1 hour, then what will be the ratio of the distance covered in 1 hour by Ravi and Sanju? So here the ratio will be 6 by 4, that will be 2 twos are 2 threes are, that is 3 by 2, or it will be 1.5, which means that Ravi covers 1.5 times the distance that Sanju covers in 1 hour. Remember, here we have taken ratios of similar quantities only. Length of a house lizard is about 20 centimeter and that of a crocodile is about 4 meter. If we take the ratio of length of lizard to length of crocodile, if we write 20 by 4, which gives us 5 by 1. Now saying that lizard is 5 times bigger than crocodile will be absurd, because we have not paid attention to the units in which these lengths have been measured. The length of lizard is in centimeters and that of crocodile is in meters. So when we take ratio by disregarding the units of measurement, we get a wrong ratio. Therefore, it is must to take the ratio of the similar quantities only when they are in the same units. So here we have to convert this 4 meter into centimeter, which will be 4 multiplied by 100, that will be 400 centimeter. Now the units of measurement of length of lizard and the crocodile are same. Now we can take the ratio of length of lizard to the length of crocodile. So we write length of lizard 20 centimeter by length of crocodile 400 centimeter, that gives us 1 by 20, which means that crocodile is 20 times bigger than the lizard, or lizard is 20 times smaller than the crocodile. So the important thing here to note is whenever we take the ratio of two quantities, they should be in the same units of measurement. Remember this. Saurabh takes 15 minutes to reach the school and Ramesh takes 1 hour to reach the school from their house. If you want to take the ratio of the time taken by Saurabh and Ramesh to reach the school from their house, we first have to focus our attention on the units in which the time has been measured. So here for Saurabh the time is in minutes and for Ramesh the time is in hour. So first we have to make the time in the same unit. So we write this 1 hour as 60 minutes. Now since the units are same, we can take their ratio. The required ratio will be 15 by 60. That will be 15 ones are 15 fours are, that is 1 by 4. So Ramesh takes 4 times more time than Saurabh to reach the school from their houses. Cost of chocolate is rupees 10 and cost of a toffee is 50 paise. We have to take the ratio of cost of chocolate to cost of toffee. If you look at the units of the money, the cost of chocolate is in rupees and cost of toffee is in paise. Since the units are different, we first have to make the units same. So we write cost of chocolate rupees 10 as 10 multiplied by 100, that is 1000 paise. And now since the units are same, we can take the ratio. So the ratio of price of chocolate to the price of toffee will be 1000 paise by 50 paise. So that will be 20 by 1, which means chocolate is 20 times costlier than the toffee. There are 73 holidays in 1 year. So, what will be the ratio of the number of holidays to the number of days in 1 year? We know that there are 365 days in 1 year. So, the ratio of number of holidays to the number of days in 1 year will be 73 by 365. 73 ones are 73 multiplied by 5 is 365. So the ratio will be 1 by 5, which means there are 1/5 holidays in 1 year, or the ratio of number of holidays in 1 year to the total number of days in 1 year is 1 by 5, or we can write 1 ratio 5, or we can say 1 as to 5. Suppose Atul and Shashi invested money in a business in the ratio 2 as to 3 or 2 ratio 3, and they made a profit of rupees 4 lakh at the end of the year. Atul said to Shashi that let us divide the profit equally. But Shashi said, since I have invested more, I should get more. So they decided to distribute the profit in the ratio of their investment, that is in the ratio 2 ratio 3. And now how to distribute this profit in the ratio 2 is to 3? Since the investment is in the ratio 2 as to 3, if we add 2 and 3, we get 5, which means if profit of rupees 5 is made, then Atul will get rupees 2 and Shashi should get rupees 3. That is, Atul got 2/5 of rupees 5, that is rupees 2, and Shashi got 3/5 of rupees 5, that is rupees 3. So therefore, in order to distribute the profit of rupees 4 lakh in the ratio 2 as to 3, we will add 2 plus 3, that gives us 5. So Atul will get 2 by 5 multiplied by 4 lakh rupees. 5 ones are 5 eights are 1, 2, 3. That is rupees 1 lakh 60,000. and Shashi should get 3/5 multiplied by 4 lakh, that will be rupees 2 lakh 40,000. This is how the profit made by Atul and Shashi can be divided in the ratio of their investment. Now we will talk about equivalent ratios. Suppose if we have a ratio 6 ratio 4, which is 6 by 4. If I multiply this 6 by 2 and this 4 by 2, we get 12 by 8. Here 12 by 8 is called equivalent ratio of 6 ratio 4. If we divide this 6 by 2 and this 4 by 2, we will get 3 by 2. This 3 by 2 is also an equivalent ratio of 6 ratio 4. So therefore, by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number, we get equivalent ratios. Thus, we can get innumerable equivalent ratios of a given ratio. After ratio, now we will talk about proportion. Here are four equal ratios. 15 by 18 equals a blank in the numerator by 6 equals 10 by a blank in the denominator equals a blank in the numerator by 30. We have to fill these blanks in order to make these four ratios equivalent. If we divide this 18 by 3, we will get 6. So therefore we have to divide this 15 also by 3 to get 5. So this will be our first blank, and 5 by 6 will be an equivalent ratio. Next, if I multiply this 6 by 5, I will get this 30. Therefore, I have to multiply this 5 also by 5 to fill this blank by 25. So 25 by 30 will be another equivalent ratio. And finally, we have to multiply this 5 by 2 to get this 10. So therefore, we have to multiply this 6 also by 2 to get 12 to fill this blank. So therefore 10 by 12 will be the third equivalent ratios. Now after filling these blanks, we observe that these four ratios have become equivalent. In the next problem, mother wants to divide rupees 36 to her son and daughter in the ratio of their ages. Age of the son is 15 years and that of the daughter is 12 years. We have to find out how much money will the son get and how much the daughter. First, we will add their ages. So, 15 plus 12 will be 27. The money that son gets will be 15 divided by 27 multiplied by 36. So it will be 9 threes are 27 and 9 fours are 36 and 3 ones are 3 and 3 fives are 15. Son will get rupees 20 out of this 36 rupees. Daughter will get 12 divided by 27 multiplied by 36. So again 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12. Daughter will get rupees 16. 20 plus 16 will be 36. So this is how mother will divide rupees 36 between her son and daughter. First shopkeeper sells the tomatoes at rupees 40 for 5 kg. The second shopkeeper sells the tomatoes at rupees 42 for 6 kg. So we have to find which shopkeeper sells the tomatoes cheaper. The rate of tomato with first shopkeeper will be 40 ratio 5, which will be 8 ratio 1, that is rupees 8 per kg. The rate of tomato with the second shopkeeper will be 42 ratio 6, that will be 7 by 1. So the rate of tomato here is rupees 7 per kg. So the second shopkeeper sells the tomatoes cheaper. Tanu has 180 flowers and her brother Manu has 28 marbles. Tanu gives 90 flowers to Manu and Manu gives 14 marbles to Tanu. Tanu feels that she has given more flowers to Manu compared to the number of marbles she has received from Manu. If we take the ratio of 14 with 28, it will be 14 ratio 28, 1 ratio 2. And if we take ratio of 90 with 180, it will be 90 ratio 180. It will be 1 by 2. Since both the ratios are equal, the distribution of flowers and marbles is fair. Suppose Raju buys 3 pens for rupees 15 and Sanju buys 10 pens for rupees 50. We have to find which pen is expensive. If we take the ratio of pens, it will be 3 ratio 10, and if we take ratio of the cost, it will be 15 by 50, which will be 5 threes are 5 tens are, that is 3 by 10. Since the ratio 3 by 10 equals ratio 15 by 50, we can say that pens are bought for the same price. In case of example with Tanu and Manu, the ratio of 14 by 28 is equal to 90 by 180. In case of example with Raju and Sanju, the ratio 3 by 10 equals 15 by 50. We take one more example. X buys 2 kg apples for rupees 180 and Y buys 4 kg apples for rupees 360. We have to find out which apples are expensive. First, we will take the ratio of weights. So, 2 kg by 4 kg gives us 2 ratio 4, which is 1 ratio 2. Next, we will take ratio of the costs. Rupees 180 by rupees 360 will be 180 by 360, which will be 1 by 2 or 1 ratio 2. Since the ratio of beds equals the ratio of cost, we can say that X and Y bought the apples at equal rate. So we write 2 by 4 equals 180 by 360. When two ratios are equal, we say that the numbers 2, 4, 180 and 360 are in proportion. So in general, if ratio A by B is equal to C by D, we say that the numbers A, B, C, D are in proportion. We have to state if 15, 45, 40, and 120 are in proportion. So first we will take the ratio of the first two. So that will be 15 ratio 45, which will be 15 ones are 15 threes are that is 1:3. Next we will take ratio of 40 and 120. So that will be 40 ratio 120. That will be 4 ones are 4 threes are 1:3. Since these two ratios are equal, we can say that these four numbers are in proportion. Next, 33, 44, 75, 100 are in proportion. First, we will take ratio of the first two. So that will be 33 ratio 44, 11 threes are, 11 fours are, 3 ratio 4. Next, we will take ratio of 75 and 100. 25 threes are, 25 fours are, which is 3 ratio 4. Since these two ratios are equal, we can say that these four numbers are in proportion. Next, check 16, 24, 20 and 30 are in proportion. First, we will take a ratio between 16 and 24, which will be 16 ratio 24. 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. The ratio is 2 is to 3. Next, we will get ratio of 20 and 30, which is 2 is to 3. Since these two ratios are equal, we can say that 16, 24, 20 and 30 are in proportion. And what about 12, 18, 28 and 12? The ratio of first two, 12 ratio 18 will be 6 twos are 12, 6 threes are 18, which is 2 ratio 3. And the ratio of 28 and 12 will be 4 threes are 12 and 4 sevens are 28, which will be 7 ratio 3. Since 2 ratio 3 is not equal to 7 ratio 3, the numbers 17, 18, 28 and 12 are not in proportion. Let us use proportion to solve some more problems. Cost of 7-meter cloth is rupees 1470. What will be the cost of 5-meter cloth? So this is what we have to find. So let us assume this cost to be x. So we take ratio of 7-meter and 5-meter and equate it to ratio of 1470 and x. We will cross multiply. So 7x will be 1470 multiplied by 5. So x will be 1470 multiplied by 5 divided by 7. So 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 ones are 7 and 7 zeros are. So 210 multiplied by 5, which will be 5 zeros are 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So the cost of 5 meter of cloth will be rupees 1050. A motorbike travels 220 kilometers in 5 liters of petrol. How much distance will it cover in 1.5 liters? We will assume the distance to be x kilometers. So first we will take ratio of 220 and x. So 220 ratio x equals, we will equate this ratio with ratio of quantity of petrol in liters, that is ratio of 5 and 1.5. Next we will cross multiply, so it will be 5x equals 220 multiplied by 1.5. So x will be 220 multiplied by 1.5 divided by 5. So it will be 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20, and 5 fours are 20. So it will be 15 fours are 6 carry. 15 fours are 60 plus 6, 66, 1 decimal kilometers. So in 1.5 liters, the motorbike will cover 66 kilometers of distance. The cost of 105 envelopes is rupees 350. How many envelopes you can get in rupees 100? Let us assume the number of envelopes to be x. So we will take ratio of 105 and x and equate it to the ratio of 350 and 100. This 0 gets cancelled. By cross multiplication, we get 35x equals 105 multiplied by 10. So x equals 105 multiplied by 10 divided by 35. It will be 7 fives are 35, 7 ones are 7, and 7 fives are 35. And finally, 5 ones are 5 twos are 10. So that gives us x equals 15 twos are 30, which means in 100 rupees you can get 30 envelopes. Friends, if you like this video, please click the like button. Share this video with your friends and classmates. Do subscribe this channel to get more videos of this type. See you in the next video. Until then, keep watching Number Collage. Thank you.